The Bengals offseason program rolls on. It's time to discuss Joe Burrow's performance, what we've seen from Frank Pollock, a few injury updates, and more right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and let's get to it because the Bengals offseason workouts continuing this week, and they've signed all of their rookies. There's not much drama there, and we will discuss some of those rookies in just a second. But first, let's start with Joe Burrow because this is a big offseason for Joe Burrow, and we could talk about the headband that's certainly taken the NFL by storm, set social media ablaze for at least 24 hours, I would say. The fact that he's in great shape, all of those things. But how does he look? And I think he looks really good from a throwing the football standpoint. I mean, that's what I mean when I say, how does he look? How does he look on the field? Not necessarily the Joe Burrow gym edition, but how does he look as a quarterback? And I thought he looked really, really good on Tuesday. Obviously, we've seen him throw for a couple of weeks now, and the deep ball looks as good as we've seen it. I certainly think he's as comfortable in this offense as we've seen. And I'm monitoring little things like how much play action they work on, and they worked on a lot of play action on Tuesday. I'm monitoring those things because I'm wondering how this offense is going to evolve this season. I expect it to be better. And maybe it's they go empty more because they believe in the offensive line. And I'll share some thoughts on the offensive line in just a second. Maybe it's they lean in on the play action passing game a little bit more because they can run it with an offensive line that has Orlando Brown Jr. on one side with Cordell Volson. And then we know what Kappa brings in the run game as well. So they have guys that can run block at a really high level as well as pass block. But I think that this offense is going to change a bit and it should be better. And I was talking with someone inside the organization, and it's obviously expected that Burrow shows up in great shape. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, your stars, but they showed up in elite shape. T. Higgins is thick, strong, big, looks really good in the number 5, by the way. Jamar Chase continues to grow into his body at just 23 years old. And Joe Burrow, like I said, looks great. You know that already. Probably if you've subscribed to this channel or watched any of our videos, we've talked plenty about Joe Burrow. So overall, I'm curious to see how this offense looks, but Burrow looks great. The duo, we haven't seen Tyler Boyd, so I can't include him. The duo of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, it's still voluntary, by the way. So Jonah Williams, haven't seen him. Tyler Boyd, haven't seen him. But the receivers have looked good. And so we will see there how things go. But this team, if they're going to take a step forward, I think they're going to take a step forward because of their offense being better this year, more consistent this year than they've been during this 2-year run when they've made back-to-back AFC championship games. I want to share some thoughts on Jonah Williams and really this offensive line in general. But first, from a rookie standpoint, I think Charlie Jones is someone that is going to get a lot of attention. And I watched him field punts, multiple punts on Tuesday, and he looks the part. He just looks calm, confident, and there's no one bearing down on him and going to hit him, and he knows that. But just the way he is back there, the way you can tell when a guy's been back there before, and obviously he returned his fair share of punts at Iowa, some at Purdue, but mostly Iowa. But I think he's calm back there and has the look of a starting punt returner in the NFL. We'll see. Obviously, Trent Taylor is competing for that spot. Kwame Lassiter was also returning punts as well. So we will see there. But Charlie Jones, thumbs up. Andre Iosivas looks the part to me. Tall for a receiver, good athlete, runs well. I think he's a crisp route runner. Now, that doesn't mean he's ran every single route he needs to in the NFL. He didn't do that at Princeton. But certainly someone that you can see the talent there. Chase Brown, another guy that pops when you watch him. So looking at these rookies, and obviously I could talk about Myles Murphy and DJ Turner, but just these rookies on offense, I think at least 2 of the 3 contribute right away. And Iosivas is certainly someone you could see developing into someone that you would pay attention to and potentially lean on and rely on. One other note here before we get to the offensive line. Joe Mixon looks to be in pretty good shape. Not sure if he's going to be on the team. I don't know that. I think there's still a lot up in the air, but as of now, he is on the team. And I think it is noteworthy. Joe Burrow posting Joe squared, used a picture the Bengals posted on Instagram, put it on his story, and put Joe squared. And it was a picture of Mixon in front of him at practice with Burrow dropping back, looking to make a throw. So we will see there, but Mixon certainly on the field, active, participating in these voluntary workouts. I want to get to the offensive line, and I will do that coming up next. But I have to tell you about an Ewin gaming chair, this racing chair that they sent. You can see it behind me. It's been awesome for them to, one, send it here at Cincinnati Bengals Talk, because I can be nice and comfortable as I record these videos and do podcasts and everything that I'm doing, writing articles at this desk. But whether it's the durability, the fact that it was really easy to put together, and didn't take me long at all. Durability. It's a heavy duty chair. It holds up to 550 pounds. It's soft. It's comfortable. It's breathable. And so you're not going to stick to it. You're not going to get super hot. And so whether you're a gamer, whether you're a streamer, whether you're like me and you're doing podcasts and YouTube and all of those things, how about you get in on the action right now and use promo code CBT for 20% off at Ewin Racing. So you could check it out. The link is in the description here. Again, use promo code CBT for 20% off. And I really enjoyed this chair. I like it a lot, and I think you will too. So make sure you check it out. Again, it's the Ewin Racing chair, promo code CBT today. And you just click the link right there or in the description. Let's talk about this offensive line for a second, because there's a lot of questions about it. But I think they're going to be pretty good. Just looking at them, you feel good about the first four from left to right. I do, at least. I think Cordell Volson's fine at left guard. I know there's some that go back and forth, and it's whatever you say. I think he's exceeded expectations after being a fourth rounder out of North Dakota State, and has a real chance to take a step here in year two, especially alongside Orlando Brown Jr., who's obviously an upgrade. Ted Karras, like what he did last year, certainly like what we saw from Alex Kappa. So right tackle is a question mark. I will say Jackson Carman looked to be in really good shape and continues to, I think, impress and push. Maybe not for the starting job. I know a lot of people have speculated about that. Jonah Williams, like I said, is not there. La'el Collins still recovering, was at practice, but still recovering from that knee reconstruction surgery. He had a sleeve on that right knee. So we'll see there on his recovery. But to me, the Bengals could look up and be 7 deep, where they're 6, 7 deep in that offensive line room, and feel really confident about a Jonah Williams starting at right tackle, but Jackson Carman being the swing tackle, or Cody Ford being the right tackle and Jackson Carman being the left tackle. I think there's a lot of different options, and the Bengals right now are getting a good look at Jackson Carman and how he would look at right tackle. So overall, I like where this offensive line is, and I think they're in a pretty good spot. One drill that Frank Pollock had them doing on Tuesday, they had sandbags, like 50-pound sandbags, and they're moving back and forth, going through their footwork and pretending that the sandbags are, and they're holding them out away from their body, are the defensive linemen that they're blocking. And look, it's a traditional drill. It's something that you see, but it's still pretty cool to see. And it caught my eye. I took a video of it, and I posted it at allbengals.com. So you could check out highlights from Tuesday's practice there. But overall, I think that this offensive line is in a pretty good spot. Some quick notes: Cal Adamitis in a walking boot in his left foot. He's seems fine, was at practice, was on the bike, but certainly something to pay attention to with the Bengals long snapper. Sidney Jones, the Bengals cornerback, missed last week, was back this week doing individual drills, moved well while working with Bengals head trainer Nick Cosgray. And I'm thinking there's one more. Oh, Terrell Basham was back, the Bengals defensive end. He wasn't there last week during the practice open to the media, but was back this week. So we're going to be there weekly. I'm going to give you updates here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Make sure you check out my one-on-one with Mike Hilton. And until next time, for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.